Peace and blessings, everybody. You're listening and watching Submissive Goddess vlog and podcast. I'm so happy to have you guys today. I decided, you know what? I had some people contact me like, when is the next one? When's the next YouTube video? So I'm like, maybe I should just go ahead and do both. I haven't done this, but maybe once before. So here we are. So the people that are on my podcast, if you want to tune into the video, you can head over to the YouTube channel, Submissive Goddess Vlog, because I definitely have some visuals for you. I am going to read the pictures, just to give some context. So hopefully that helps if you don't really do the YouTube thing, So like I said, I appreciate you guys for coming. Appreciate you guys for watching and listening. These last few weeks have been trying. However, we pushed through, right? Okay, so I don't know if you guys know, if you follow my Twitter, my birthday is coming soon. If you guys hear my son, you know the drill. You know what's going on. I'm a mom, whatever. Okay, so my birthday is definitely very soon, within the next 2 weeks. So I'm excited. So I do have on my Twitter, I do have my Amazon birthday wish list. So if you guys wanted to go over there, I probably will post it in my YouTube description. So I hope if you guys feel impelled to do it, or Cash App 100%, I would greatly appreciate that. So hold on. Okay, I'll greatly appreciate that. So thank you so much. Sorry about all the ruffling and stuff like that. Technical difficulties. Okay. So yes, if you guys want to give me some money for my birthday for my Cash App, it is jujuobsidiansage on Cash App. But I'll post all that in the description. But whatever you guys decide to get me, I'm totally happy with that. But I do have a list, like I said. I've been working on a list all day today. But anywho, let's get to the video or podcast, whatever. So I thought it was so interesting, and I've been seeing this a lot lately, but mostly in the last 2 to 3 years, where a lot of prostitutes are marketing themselves like on a menu, like as if you would go to KFC and say, hey, let me get the number 5, right? So I couldn't find a lot of them. I did find 2 menus that were that were possible for me to put online. A lot of them were just disgusting, and I don't want my page to get, reported or whatever. So I was like, you know what? My podcast is raw, but I know how YouTube get down. So I don't want any porn on my thing, so that's the problem. So on my YouTube channel, I did block out the girl's face and her Snap and IG. I don't want to give this girl any promo because that's disgusting. I don't want to help her at all, okay? Because what I'm about to read to you is just disgusting. So basically, a guy posted this, and the caption was, weed is not a form of payment, quote unquote, with the laughing emojis, okay? And like I said, this has been going on for, I think it became popular maybe a few years ago, but it's dead ass, like just wrong and rampant right now. Where, like I said, women are telling you what they'll do and how much they're marketing their body parts for sexually, and what they'll, their skills or whatever, right? So this particular girl, it says 18 plus, the exotic barber. She says, my business consists of me providing a service while wearing lingerie or nude sometimes. Apple Pay, Google Pay, Cash App. $50 deposit required for all services. General location is my house. You will receive my address after the deposit is sent. So after 50, anyways, I'm not going to say anything yet. If I am coming to you, there is a $15 travel fee. Happy ending sessions are hourly. Do not try anything weird. I am licensed to carry. Weed is not a form of payment. Okay. Then she has some pictures of her work, esthetician work, which she got offline, and then maybe some haircuts that she, cut for guys. Okay. Now here's the menu. A cut or a facial is $50. A bald treatment is $50. Retwist is $50 an hour. Now here it is. Oral is $125. The pussy is $150, and to fuck her in her ass is $200. Now listen to this here. And it says condom required for intercourse. Now listen. There's so many things wrong with this. Where do I even start? Okay. I think the name is catchy, right? The exotic barber, right? You're not really expecting anything. Maybe you're expecting, okay, they probably doing some stuff that these other barbers ain't doing, right? But then it's like, why I got to be 18 plus to get a haircut? And then you start actually looking at it and reading it. Obviously, the pictures I blocked out at the bottom, but she's going to give you her home address for $50 is basically what she's saying. After you send that deposit of $50 for any service, she then is going to send you her address. Now, don't try anything weird as if what she's doing is not completely weird, because she's going to carry. Now, if you could see this woman, you can partially see a little bit of her body in the picture. She's a tiny little thing. And I was talking to somebody about this, and I said, listen, if somebody really wanted to, only thing they would ever have to do is scope the place out, pay her $50, get the cut, scope out everything, see how nice she is or what her routine is. Because we all know she's not giving fellatio with the gun in her hand. And we all know she's not going to get penetrated and be having sex with the gun in her hand. Like, let's be honest. I'm a realist, so I like to look at stuff from a very real point of view, right? How she's thinking about it is not how it's really going to go. Because if these men really wanted to do something to her, they're going to do something to her. You get what I mean? So it was just so many wrong things going on in this. The fact that she is a bit slow is not the worst part. Obviously, her selling her body is, but it's like, I see why you might be in a position that you're in. In case you haven't caught on by now, like, I'm not a fan of the whole but OF girls. I'm not a fan of the whole prostitution thing. I'm not a fan of the stripping. I'm not a fan of the escorting. It's disgusting. I really do feel like women deserve better. And the only way that men are going to give us better is if we start with ourselves first, if that makes sense. You have to respect yourself, conduct yourself as a lady, as a woman. Okay? No one's going to respect you more than you respect you. You have to lead by example in that, right? So if I'm disrespecting myself, busting it all open in the clubs, putting beer bottles all in my coochie, you know what I'm saying? Having a coochie smoke a blunt and all this other stuff. Of course, no man is going to come behind me and say, hey, I would love to take you out to a nice dinner, get to know you, because I feel like you wifey material. Nobody is thinking that. Let's just be 100% honest. Nobody is thinking that. They're thinking if she will take that random bottle of Heineken up her coochie, that everybody been touching, everybody been forcing up her coochie, she'll definitely take my little 7 inches, probably no condom. Not speaking specifically about the exotic barber because she said she would use a condom, but still, I'm talking about in general, carrying yourself in a certain light and then expecting somebody to treat you completely different is insane. So back to this. If a woman like her really thought men were going to come over and respect her and maybe not try to force her to do some things, steal from her or, rape her, whatever, is insane. She's small for one. She seems very slow for two. And all a man would have to do is get his foot in the door and maybe have another guy come in and surprise her. You're not cutting hair with a gun in your hand. You're just not. Not if you're any good. Not if you're any good. So it just doesn't make sense. And she said that she does these services. She cuts hairs naked sometimes. So only thing I got to tell you is, hey, I'll pay you $200 more if you will get naked. And she's getting naked. You can easily just text the guy outside and be like, yo, come on in. It's really not that hard. It's so many different ways that a man could take advantage of this situation, all because the woman is putting herself in a situation in the first place. I'm not saying all black men are bad. I'm not saying all black men are good. I'm saying some men are opportunists. Okay. And oops, hold up. Let me see this here. All right. I'm saying some men are opportunists, and I think we as women can't be putting ourselves in these situations anymore. We have to be smart about a lot of different things here. You see what I'm saying? Me personally, like I was telling somebody today, I 100% am not going to put myself in a situation where I feel like, damn, I'm about to get in a situation where I might not go home to my kids. You know what I'm saying? And if I am going to be in a dangerous area or a potential situation, I carry my gun, if that makes sense. I feel like in this situation, this girl is ass backwards because you're not even going to like their hotel room. So you have to pay for a hotel and get this done. So that way, at least people can hear you screaming, yelling, whatever. Do you see what I'm saying? No, you're inviting these people to your home where you say, oh, I carry and I'll shoot you if you start acting weird. But it's like, bro, if somebody really wanted to get at you at your house, it don't even have to be when they paid for the service. It can be when they see you coming out your house. It could be when they see you at night going into your house. This is a very dangerous thing. Women want to be able to walk around nude, okay, or nipples showing, coochie lips out of their shorts, and expect these weirdo men not to say or do anything to you. We hold men accountable over here 110%. But my thing is, when are you going to hold yourself accountable and just not do these weird things that are going to put you in sight and eyesight of these weird ass men? We have to protect ourselves first as women, and then men protect us based on how we protect ourselves. Now, you might not like that, but if a man sees that I have a gun, a machete, a knife, a taser, and I don't play no games, you can't pay me for no coochie, I respect myself, I dress accordingly, then they have no right but to respect me, or they can get the fuck on. Do you see what I'm saying? And he's going to feel the right, like, I need to protect her, how she's protecting herself, or whoever she learned that from, her dad or whoever else. I want to continue that. But if you acting all hard body and you acting all like nobody will ever touch you and you don't need no help, where are you expecting a man to step in at? That doesn't make sense to me. Me personally, I lead by example. Like I just said, I do what I need to do. I make sure, hey, I can't be in this area at this time because I know them white, them colored, people, the mood skins over there, okay, might not like a black person being over there, okay? You feel me? All right, now in a situation of, okay, I know this club gets shot up a lot. Maybe I shouldn't go to that club, okay? You just have to know your surroundings, know where you at, know how things are, and move accordingly. There's nothing wrong with that. Protecting yourself first with a gun, martial arts, any fucking thing. Those should be key things to do. Honestly, to keep the body in homeostasis, our body does everything naturally to keep us safe, to keep us healthy. And then here we are, just kind of like winging it and walking around as if nothing in the world is, dangerous. And that's not cool. That's just not cool. And then we're blaming black men out here for what? Some of these black men aren't good for us. Some of these black men are mentally ill. That's just a fact. And it's a lot of Native Americans that are mentally ill, white people, Asians, or whatever else, So we have to act accordingly and make sure we see who is around us and where are we? Hey, is this a good, place to be at night? Like, we got to be honest with ourselves here. Let's not play stupid. So back to this. Oh my God. I just kind of feel like these types of women are becoming, it's almost like they're creating them 24 hours a day in some type of factory, right? Where the brain is mush and they're pretty sometimes, but the brain is just mush. And only thing they think that they're skilled at is laying on their backs. And honestly, if I was to have saw this flyer as a man, I would have backed the fuck up. Listen, I don't know if you guys know, but you can get the same STDs orally that you can get vaginally or anally if you're having sex. So for her to say she requires a condom for intercourse, but not for oral, that should tell you a lot. She might not be all right, clicking, all cylinders go upstairs. All the Christmas lights are not on the house. You know what I mean? Like, boy, like the light is plugged in, but there's no light bulb. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, these are the type of people that are out here selling sex. You see what I'm saying? They're selling I get it. She could easily, it's a lot of women that do this in the barbershops. They dress a certain way and they'll cut your hair, but they're in a controlled environment where there are other men that are going to have their backs or whatever, and they're able to call the police if something happens. That's their business. It's like Hooters, but you just getting your hair cut, right? But this woman is inviting you to her house, and all because she has a gun, she thinks that's okay. I would be surprised if this woman was still alive. I'm not being funny. I would be surprised if this woman hasn't been assaulted. I would be surprised if this woman hasn't been going through some stuff that she didn't want, or, you know, whatever, because she's putting herself in a situation where, as tiny as she is, and, you know, you servicing men, that more than likely a high value man, as Kevin Samuels likes to say, or a man of some type of caliber, high caliber or class, isn't even going to be paying for this, let alone letting you dome him up with a potential STD'd up body. You see what I'm saying? Like, your health might not all be there, just like your mental ain't all the way there. So a lot of the guys that are probably going to be trying to get at her are already bottom of the barrel. It's not like she's a high class escort. Those types of women, I can understand. These men are paying for, you know, these women to get all types of STD checks or whatever. They're going through like some type of they're going through some type of company where they're making sure that their product is well tuned, if you get what I mean. You see what I'm saying? But this lady, we don't know. And don't get me wrong, escorts are disgusting just as much as a hooker on the street, you know, walking on the stroll. Like, it's all disgusting. You know what I'm saying? We don't know if this woman has some type of HIV, STD or some shit. And she's just kind of like, hey, fuck it. I'm going to get my money the best way I can. And I hate all men. I don't know who I got this from, so I'm just going to pass it to everybody. There are people out there, men and women, just like this. So I've been looking into a lot of these guys that do the massages, you know, boy, and they're massaging the girl with her butt tooted all in the air, no clothes on, no type of drape. You know, when you go to massage therapy, they teach you how to drape the sheet, so that way, as none of your private parts are ever exposed. He got the coochie and stuff all in his face, massaging her down. And then, you know, they have pricing where you can pay for penis after, or head, or, you know, some type of happy ending. And I'm just like, goodness gracious, you want to get head, you want to get oral from a man that sells his mouth out and his dick out. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And these are Black people. Do you see what I'm saying? These are Black people doing this. The lady in this picture is Black. Okay. The guys that I've been seeing doing these massages are Black. That's getting paid to do a little extra. Now, whether those men are using those condoms or not, what about the oral? Because they're selling it. I only know so many people. Matter of fact, I don't know not one person that actually ever said, hey, I wear a tongue glove. Because they have these things called tongue gloves where you literally slip it over your tongues like a piece of plastic or something. And you know, do your thing. But you have to only be using your tongue. So that means your tongue needs to be long enough coming out of your mouth that the coochie or the juices is not coming on your mouth or your lips, because then that's genital herpes if she has it. Do you see what I'm saying? What is happening? People are out here eating unknown vaginas and sucking unknown penises for how much she charged? $125. 125. And 100%, if a man wants to pay her extra $50, she's going to catch it. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. I am talking probably about the balls too. She's going to catch everything. I mean, these people are for sale. Do you see what I'm saying? So who's to say where it ends? Who's to say, oh, she wouldn't do that? Well, she's doing this. So who is to say she wouldn't do that? If I paid her triple, who's to say my homie couldn't join? And we could do whatever we wanted to her. Do you see what I'm saying? These people are for sale. And these are the people that are out here getting any type of recognition, sitting at the table with actual women. Because these are not women. I can't say what they are on YouTube, unfortunately. But these are not women. Okay? And this is my opinion. You guys don't like it, you can unsubscribe. But listen, hey, you know, only thing I'm trying to say is, I'm so sorry, but these are bottom of the barrel feeders. Like, these are the worst of the worst at the bottom of the ocean that feed off, sorry, you guys, that feed off shit, that feed off dead animals and all of that type of stuff. Okay. These are not the women on top of the pedestal in the clouds by the sun and the stars. These are not the same women. Now, I don't know what, I've been in these spaces with a lot of these women. We are going to be doing a Feminine Friday. So hopefully you guys will tune in on Twitter every Friday. Raina, which is someone I follow on Twitter, came up with the idea of us bringing all these topics and different women from different walks of life together for us to understand each other and maybe hopefully try to turn some of these women that have been living a life of bottom feeding is the best I can give it right now. Okay. So I hope you guys would tune in for that. But one of the ladies in that group definitely said, hey, these women sometimes have been assaulted. Sometimes these women have gone through a lot and this is all that they know. And I totally understand. But once you know better, you have to do better. Doing better is key. Because once I found out that, hey, this is not good for me, I stopped eating it. Hey, this is not good for my mental, I stopped being around it. I stopped doing those things. Does that make sense? So in this situation, at what point are we going to be telling these women, no, take accountability? Because y'all are adults. This woman, who knows how old she is, but she says, she doesn't want to commit any real crimes, so she's like, 18 plus on her flyer. But who's to say she's not 17? Who's to say she's not 35 with this thinking? We don't know. Do you see what I'm saying? But once you get to a certain age, I'm expecting you to use your brain and realize, hey, maybe this isn't the best thing. After the third STD, what is the first clue? This might not be it for me. I mean, and this is what I'm thinking with my logic. I'm like, this girl might not be clean. You know what I'm saying? Because what the fuck? It just doesn't make sense to me. Me personally, when I have sex, I get people checked first. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I want to know if you have anything. I need to know your history. I don't want to have sex with no whore. And just like I know a man wouldn't want to have sex with a whore that he thinks is somebody that is of high value. Like being open and honest is key. In this situation, I mean, what guy would be like, yeah, I want to have sex with you even if you had HIV? What? Or herpes or something you can't get rid of? I don't know. We're going to move to the next slide. This one says 2020 booking prices post-COVID. Oh, my God. So it says the girlfriend experience. All right. And I'm trying to make sense of this. It says no makeup. I guess makeup sex. I don't know. No anal, no rough sex. Okay. So 30 minutes and 60 minutes. For in call is 100, 150. Oh my gosh, my son is like, I'm very sorry about that. Out call fee deposit travel from Newmarket. Like, I don't know where Newmarket is, but $50 for a 15-minute drive, $100 for 30-minute drive, $150 for a 45-minute drive, $200 for a 60-minute drive. So I'm guessing the flat rate here for 30 minutes of sex is $100. But if you make her travel outside of these, this radius or whatever, then she's going to charge you extra. Okay. It says naughty porn star experience, and it goes 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 minutes. And respectfully, it is $50, $100, $150, $200, $250, and $300. And then, of course, the pricings for the travel. At the bottom, it says prices are firm, non-negotiable. So somebody has tried to swindle you and negotiate your value of your body down. Oh, how dare they? Oh my gosh. What? How dare they do that? Not someone selling their body and you're saying, hey, well, I'm worth this much. And they're like, I don't think so. How do you feel about $5? Fuck. Oh my God. No further discounts apply unless promoted by Piper. Oh my God. In-call bookings over 60 minutes require a deposit. All out-call bookings require a deposit and photo ID. Oh my God. All new clients must provide relevant screening information, no exceptions. Cancellations or no-shows will incur a deposit for a future booking. Now, this is my thing. Right? She's saying screenings and stuff, but I've definitely asked gynecologists and doctors this, and they've confirmed. If I go get tested on December 1st, and then I have sex December 2nd, December 3rd, December 4th, December 5th, maybe with various people's unprotected, and let's say I do get a STD. By the time I'm giving you those results from December 1st and I'm fucking you December 7th, I have an STD. But my papers are clean. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you understand that? So it's not always like 100%. You know what I mean? This is why you have to understand that you need to get to know people along with an STD check. You have to trust that the fact that the person that you want to have sex with is like, okay, I'm not having raw, unprotected sex with anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Me and you, I'm waiting on you. We're going to go get the test together or whatever. And then you just kind of go from there. Does that make sense? So for her to not know these people and say, you got to get tested, if that's what she meant screening. I don't know if she meant screening as in like IDs or what, but hopefully she meant STDs. I don't know. But this is sick. This is genuinely sick. And then you're pricing yourself. Everything is, you wouldn't even have to pay more than, let me see here. You wouldn't have to pay more than $500 for this person. This is her going rate, her highest rate. Because if you think about it, for 60 minutes, $300, right? Porn star experience. And then you pay $200 travel fee. That's $500. Like, come on, man. It's $500 fucking dollars. So that's what she's worth as a person. Like, that's cheap. I always told people, like, hey, think about it like this. There's always going to be a millionaire, a trillionaire, or whatever out there, right? So if I label myself as $500, then I'm very cheap to that millionaire. Or I'm even cheap to a person with a 9-to-5. And even if I say I'm going for $3 million, that's still cheap to someone. It might be expensive to a regular, but my body is always going to be accessible and cheap to someone. So no matter how much you put a value over your head, it's never going to be high enough for a human life. It's really insane. I just wish, and for people saying stuff like, hey, prostitution is the oldest form of a job on this earth. That's absolutely not true. Okay. It was once upon a time. I know it's hard to believe that we did never have to work. And the first workers were farmers. The first workers were definitely never, ever prostitutes. People had to actually eat. So, you know, I don't know, people that put on horseshoes on horses, you know, people that, you know, blacksmiths, you know, shoe shiners. These are people that have been doing this for so long. You know what I'm saying? Knights, people went out and did things for money. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, bro, but to say that a prostitute is the oldest form of a job just to make a woman feel like, oh, it's someone I was always doing it. I'm just here to fill the shoes. No, ma'am. At one point in time, women just sat and looked pretty. And they rubbed their man's back and gave him, you know, children. And she was his backbone. And she was like, hey, I have an idea, or I, accept what you're doing, or, whatever else. We were the word of reason. We never had to spread our legs. It wasn't until women started getting captured and then, kind of like embarrassed. Oh, my other recording stopped. Let's see where we go here. Oh, okay. So that recording stopped. I'm not sure where it stopped at, but it wasn't until a lot of women started to get captured in wars and stuff and tried to get in those people wanted to embarrass them that they would start selling them and making them into concubines and shit like that. Like, women were not doing this willingly. You see what I mean? But it's to a point where some people were starting to accept it and have fun with it because some people were deviants. That's just what it was. So I'm not 100% sure like where people get that from, but yeah, some of our greats were, not selling it, but they were being raped and then thrown a few coins and then were told they were selling or whatever was going on. But maybe I can't speak for, non-blacks, but I can definitely speak for blacks. This is not something that we were doing. We always had a higher purpose and a high value for ourselves. So I'm not sure why people keep saying that. And it's black people saying it too. I've been in spaces where people have said, well, it is what it is. Women are always going to be like, it's always going to be a hoe. It's always going to be a prostitute. It's always going to be loose women. 100% no. Okay. These women that are doing this stuff, they're doing it because it's popular. It grabs the attention from men or women. You know what I'm saying? Like they might be feeling free, or what they like to call liberated. But let's be 100% honest here, right? That ain't it. A lot of these people are mentally ill. Maybe they were abused, right? And this is how they're showing it through sex, through having sex with multiple people. I know some women that got mad at their boyfriends for breaking up with them, not knowing they're going to get back together, or trying to make the baby daddy upset. So they go out, fuck his friend, fuck his father, fuck almost, whoever will fuck them in this town, and that's no way to get back at anybody. But that's how some people's mind tick. So all in all, I get that it might be some mental illness going on here. You see what I'm saying? But to sit here and for us to say, oh, it is what it is always going to be around, that's enabling something. And that's not cool. I'm not going to enable any female to be out here and doing that nasty stuff. That life is not cool. That life is pointless. And it's not going to end anywhere with you either getting your ass beat, getting killed, getting raped, and you regretting it. And then you be at the clinics talking to young girls who are going down the same road you're going down. Like, that's the type of life you want? That doesn't make sense at all. Like, it's so many not new prostitutes, porn stars did the same thing. It was out here thinking it was cool, getting their money. Okay. And next thing you fucking know, she's on these documentaries talking about how porn is bad. Like, wait, what happened? What happened? One girl, I remember, and I love to give y'all a good horror story. I was watching this one. Well, I had somebody else watch and they told me, and I said, I'm never going to watch it. It's a documentary about some porn stars that have been in the game for a little bit. And one girl's uterus actually came out while they were having sex. And it still makes my skin crawl to this day. Till this day. Disgusting. And you can look it up. It was just badly damaged. I don't want to talk about it anymore. My skin crawling. Okay, so God, I hate that. But hey, horror stories are horror stories. They're good for learning. Okay. Let's just not talk about that. But yes, I think as men and women of value, we need to start telling these women that want to hear it, because don't waste your breath talking to some old dried up hag that ain't going to change and that has been being laid on her back since whoever was messing with her back in the day till now. And she's going to try to convince these younger girls to release their worth onto the world. And then by the time they feel like, they realize that it's all bullshit, they're not going to be worth anything anymore. So we can't talk to those women, right? We're fighting against those women. We're trying to let these younger girls know that can be changed, that this is not the way. STDs are not cool, especially the ones you can't get rid of. You start to have some type of rapport, a bad one at that, with these people out here, and you don't want to actually finally meet a man, and then maybe he might know somebody in your city, or from your city, if you try to run away from your problems, and he's like, yo, she used to prostitute, or let me pull up her OnlyFans for you, or let me pull up her back page, because none of that stuff ever goes away. You see what I'm saying? Let me pull up her Twitter for you, because she definitely used to get down. Like, come on, y'all. We all want a husband, and for the women that say that they don't, they're lying. Well, why? What if I don't want to get married? What if I don't give a fuck what a man thinks about me because I don't want to get married? You're lying. Somebody told you weren't worthy, and you are. You're 100% worthy of being someone's wife. I kind of sort of believe that a hoe can change his stripes and become a wife. It's all about the mindset. If you feel like you're in it because you have to, because you don't have no help, and that's why you're doing it, I think you could change 100%, because you're not doing it because that's what your mind really thinks you're supposed to be doing, and you're doing it to survive. Maybe I can understand that, right? If I had to. What I can't understand is you thinking that this is 100% totally a good idea, and nobody should tell you that you're wrong, or that it's disgusting behavior, or that your neighbors think badly of you. I should just tell you, your neighbors don't think badly of you that you've had 30 men coming in your house this month. I should lie? No, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not a liar. It's very, 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 very nasty. It's nasty business. It's nasty behavior. I need y'all to do better, because you're a black woman, because I'm only talking to the black woman. I could really give a damn about the original whores of this, this land. I don't care about that. I care about black women. I want y'all to change yourselves, because we all deserve a black man, whether it's through polygamy or monogamy. We all deserve a black man. Okay. And they deserve us to be at our best. Our best. Not went through 5 whole stages, went through 18 breakups, went through a whole bunch of Tinder dates that didn't work out, and I got fucked. All of them. None of that. They deserve it at our complete best, where we have discernment, where we have had the dates when they're like, oh, you ain't fucking, oh, you bougie. Yes, we need that. We need that type of energy. We need to be able to be going to our cars and we see somebody with their pants sagging and looking dusty and with a whole bunch of kids, and be like, nah, I deserve better than that. Men deserve women like that. My son, I'm sorry. If you must know, I got him a trampoline. Anyways, okay, so he's having fun with that. But yes, I don't believe that men deserve us when we've been wring out like an old rag and hung up to dry. It's not good. Like, these men deserve us at our best. And I'm starting to really think that the whole 20s, or after you get out of high school, maybe while you're in college, I think you should start looking for your husband then. Why should a man have us at our 30s and 40s and 50s? You see what I'm saying? I know some men don't even want to be, held down with a relationship of kids at 20 and stuff. But some of these men are getting smart, and they actually are like, hey, I want my queen early, not late. But no matter your age, if you treat yourself with respect and you haven't been out here getting bulldozed by the whole community for $16.66 a freaking, month on your OnlyFans or whatever else you're selling, like, yo, these men deserve real women that respect themselves and that's going to raise their children with respect. Because women, come on, we know these children see everything. And if you don't know that, please don't have children. If you think that these kids' eyes and ears are just closed when you're supposed to be, when you're doing something wrong, you're absolutely wrong. These children know every fucking thing. They listen. Which is why I try to keep my door closed when I'm recording, and I make sure my daughter is not here. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's older, and I want to set a good example for her. I don't want her to hear a lot of stuff I be saying about you guys. You guys are filth in my house. As far as you're like scum under my shoe. It's disgusting. But like I said, a lot of these women, like I said, in these spaces that I be in, like Sister Atara and all these people are actually saying that y'all can change. I want to believe that. I want to believe that y'all can change fully. So I want that 100%. I 100% want that. I wish I wish it was true. Some men believe you can't change a hoe to a housewife. Some men believe it doesn't matter about her past. Some men think body counts don't matter. And men, I'm sorry, but I honestly do think that y'all need to start, like, stop telling those lies. Like, start telling the truth to these women. Like, hey, I don't want to date a woman with a body count over this. So you trading kind of close. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, and say that to your sister, say that to your, whoever. Like, these men are not going to want you if you're honest with them and say, hey, you're 20 years old with 50 bodies. You're 20 years old with 30 bodies. Like, that's disgusting. It's nasty. And y'all might be like, oh, you acting high and mighty. Yes, because I have the room to do that. I have the room to say, I've never sold my body. I've never stripped. I've never had an OnlyFans. I've never done any of these things. Because I've always had a job or I had education to care for myself, or I always had a man to care for me that I was actually dating. There's nothing wrong with that. A lot of you independent people are thinking that it's something wrong with a man taking care of you, and it's not. I don't know. I don't know what else to really say. It's just like, I hope we get this together. This is a problem. Mood skins have told us for so long that we don't have to respect our black men. And then the black men feel like they're not being respected. So they leave and they go out and they date out to get that respect. Because the same women and, the same mood skins of men and women of that race have been telling us the same bullshit while they're submitting to our men, ladies. These mood skins are submitting to our men and taking our men off the market. The whole time he never wanted to go to Becky. He wanted you. But you just wouldn't submit and you just wouldn't act right. And you thought that going on a slut walk was cool. You thought showing your breasts in public was cool. You thought, wearing lingerie in public was cool. And he never thought that was cool. He just thought that you would grow out of it. And then he left because he couldn't stand being embarrassed when you finally made an OnlyFans and all his homies laughing at him because they subscribed for your 90% off deal of $3.99 a month. Bro, what? I still can't get over these prices. Like, what are y'all doing? Oh my God. But listen, I gotta go cook. Thinking about having either some curry or some spicy spaghetti. It doesn't matter what I'm having. But anyways, okay. Like I said, check out the Feminine Fridays, # Feminine Fridays. This Friday if you guys want to follow me, you can follow me at Sagittarius or Sagittarius_unruly on Twitter. You can contact me for some information for the Friday, Feminine Fridays. We don't know a time yet. You're just going to have to kind of look out for that. I enjoy you guys. And I'm happy that you guys are listening. Hopefully I ruffled a few feathers because that's what the fuck I like to do. And hopefully I've sparked something in somebody's mind. But, we're going to talk more about this on Feminine Fridays. Maybe not this week, but eventually we will. I think we're going to be talking about maybe feminine women versus hoes or OnlyFans girls or whatever else, however we'll name it. But I want you guys to tune in for sure. I'm pretty sure not everyone will be able to speak. We're going to have a kind of a tight panel, to be completely honest, because we just don't have time for the trolls. Yes, like I said, my birthday stuff will be in the description. If you guys want to send me anything, I highly recommend that you do. Because, it's me, it's my birthday. But I would be the big 31 years old. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do for myself yet. I've been buying myself gifts all month. But I think I'm going to take a little break, go out of town. But I don't know. We'll see. My next podcast, I'm thinking about doing the shoot your shot thing where I'm just reading off people's pickup lines. You guys have not sent me a lot. I've only got like 6. I need more. I'm going to ask a lot of guys in my actual life and see what they have picked up women with in their past. So we'll see. But I got you guys. I haven't forgot about you guys. I've just been busy with life, and I'm not gonna lie, these spaces have been taking up a little bit of my fucking time. So there's that, but we're back on it. We back on it.